To escape this prison, a man diligently practiced the art of invisibility. After 4 repeated attempts, he finally mastered it for the first time. His method was quite simple. He merely took off his shoes to avoid making noise while walking. Then he carefully observed the surroundings of the cell, looking for blind spots in the prison guard's field of vision. When the guard came to check the cell, he discovered that the prisoner who was supposed to be there had indeed disappeared. He quickly opened the cell door and searched everywhere, but to his surprise, the man was just hiding in the corner of the wall.
아니 이 새끼가 사람 놀리고 있어. 깜짝 놀랐잖아.
Despite the prison guard's warnings, the man was completely indifferent. Instead, he turned his attention to the cell walls. Using the gaps between the wooden boards, he climbed up the wall with his bare hands until he grabbed the iron window above. When the guard came to check the cell again, he found that the guy had disappeared once more.
2904번.
Seeing no response from him, the guard became furious. He immediately opened the cell door and rushed in. After searching every corner, he still couldn't find him. But the guard quickly realized what was happening. He immediately looked up towards the top of the cell door, and sure enough, the man was hiding there. Faced with this scene, the guard unleashed a flurry of blows and issued a final warning. Despite the beating and threats to his life, the man still smiled smugly because his invisibility technique had begun to take effect. To fully master the art of invisibility, the man began to spread his arms and wave his hands, constantly adjusting the angle until he could no longer see his palms. Since the human field of vision is only 180 degrees, he used this to test the limits of his own vision and hide in the blind spots of the human eye. This is the key to practicing the art of invisibility. As long as he quietly hid behind the guard and avoided their 180-degree field of vision, he could, in a sense, achieve invisibility. Before long, after the man's daily training, his invisibility technique had become flawless. Now, all that was left was to test it. When the guard came to check the cell, he found that the guy was playing hide-and-seek again. But when he angrily entered, he discovered only a piece of clothing left in the cell. He began to observe the surroundings, and finding that the prisoner was not below, he looked up at the walls. Still, he couldn't see any sign of the man, not knowing that he was right behind him. The man replicated the guard's footsteps and actions. Whatever the guard did, he did the same. This began to frighten the guard. He felt like the man was nearby, but he just couldn't find him. However, the guard quickly noticed something odd. A shadow suddenly appeared on the floor out of nowhere. It was clearly the man's silhouette. Seeing the man's contemptuous laughter, the enraged guard immediately swung his baton.